And we're joined by Craig Hostland, candidate for City Council in the City of Kelowna. Thanks for coming in. So tell me, why are you running for council?
Kent, it's a really crazy time. Kelowna is at a crossroads. I've been here with my family for over 20 years, and all I see is the main issues getting worse and worse. Whether it's affordability in housing, whether it's trying to get from North Kelowna to East Kelowna, or across the bridge to West Kelowna in a reasonable time. It's vagrancy, it's dealing with crime, and trying to enjoy a quality of life that we had 20 years ago.
So you see a lot of things going wrong, and let's maybe start with your background a little bit. You're a civil engineer.
That's right. I'm a professional engineer, civil engineering, structural engineering, and environmental engineering background. I'm a critical thinker.
Right.
And so when I'm traveling along at 4 kilometers an hour on the highway trying to get onto the bridge, I'm thinking about how could I make it 6 kilometers an hour? How could I make it 20 kilometers an hour? How come that light is taking so long to function? That's what I do, because my job, how I bring the paycheck home is I do critical analysis of infrastructure, of commercial, residential, industrial buildings. I'm asked to solve problems where I take something complex that the average person has difficulty with, break it down to the key elements, determine which of those key elements will move the problem towards a solution, and then work on a solution, taking an analytical approach, but at the same time being sensitive to the client.
Right. So that sort of analytical approach to, say, the structure of a building is the same kind of thinking that could apply to dealing with social issues in a city. Is that how it translates to a spot on council?
Well, it does to me, because I've been a volunteer in all the communities that I've lived in for 35 years. Here in the Okanagan, I was a volunteer for the Home Inspectors Association, president, vice president, treasurer, secretary.
What is, you listed off a few issues, as you're driving around and seeing these things, but what sort of tops your list of things that the City of Kelowna needs to do better on?
Well, surprisingly, it fits the survey results from the citizen survey done recently. I'm really impressed with how much data is out there, the efforts that have been made to develop a problem solution couplet. That's why I think it's time for me to get involved, because I'm not really interested in spending 4 years on council going through a process that may end up in 1 or 2 results. I want to take what we see in affordable housing programs. I was at Third Space just last week, taking in their annual general meeting, and to see what volunteers do in this town, to put that together with the problems that we're having to deal with. I can see how I can fit in.
Right.
At this time.
So what do you do? All the members of council who are running again, and I believe we have 7 of them running again. People are getting to know their names. Mm-hmm. You're kind of coming from out of nowhere. What do you do during your campaign to sort of overcome a bit of a lack of name recognition?
I'm definitely an outsider. And I think that the political landscape these days is for an outsider to be involved. Secondly, in 20 years, I've been involved in over 20,000 building investigations. I've met 10,000 families, and my team has met twice that many. I believe I have some name recognition, which is helpful, but I have to get out there and pound the pavement. I have to be strategic in getting my name out under the auspices of a municipal election process,
right,
which is daunting. But it is another project that can be systematized, figured out, and then do my best to deliver. Yeah. So the first thing I need to deliver on is 10,555 votes. That's my estimate of what I need at minimum to be able to get on council. And then once I'm on council, I throw that aside and start working on the critical issues.
Well, we're out of time, but I want to thank you for coming in, and I hope this gives people a chance to have gotten to know you a little bit better, and best of luck during the campaign.
And I'd like to thank Kelowna Now for giving me this venue, because otherwise I wouldn't have it. Thank you very much, Ken.
And thank you for watching.